welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about something that's pretty personal to me, but I think when we consider like growth and a journey to mental and emotional wellness, we have to look back on situations and reflect and pull out of those things what we learn so that we don't repeat cycles. This is a story about my college friend, and we're gonna call her Spice just to kind of protect her and her family's privacy. As you can see from the title, Spice is no longer with us. Um, but we're gonna call her Spice because she was spicy, baby. Okay, in every way. She said what she wanted to say, did what she wanted to do, lived how she wanted to live. And she didn't care what other people thought about that. And I was always pretty admirable to me, because that's something that's been difficult for me my whole life, is kind of pushing past the judgment of other people. Ooh, that would be a good topic. Noted. Okay, I'll come back to that. But that's something that's always been pretty difficult for me. So she was a pretty cool person to be around because she was the complete opposite, right? Even if it had a negative impact, she just kind of did what she wanted to do. Um, so that being said, I just wanted to share my story and my experience with Spice and just kind of what I learned from that. So just a little background. I met her my first year in college. Right after high school, we did this little like summer program, and it was filled with mostly students who were from that area. She was also from the town that we went to school in, and I wasn't. And I just saw it because I wasn't from there and I didn't know people. I just didn't talk. I kind of tried to, I guess, make myself invisible so that people wouldn't talk to me. I just wasn't interested in really making friends right away. But Spice seen me. I don't know why. That's not something we ever talked about when she was alive. But she seen me, and she kind of we always a joke. She made me be her friend. She would come down to my room and invite me to the things that her and other students that she was familiar with were doing, places they would go, activities, big or small. And we just kind of spent our whole 4 years of school, being really, really, really good friends. Um, so we developed a friendship. We kind of did all our college fun stuff together, concerts, school activities, parties, other activities, indulging in things. Don't indulge, kids. But yeah, we did a lot. We made a lot of memories together. And we kind of continued that even after college. I didn't maintain my friendships with most people after I left college, for a few reasons. I think the biggest one was that I had my son, my oldest son, my junior year in college. And, most people in college don't have babies. So the stuff that I could do or wanted to do, other people just weren't interested in doing that, or I just wasn't interested in doing the stuff that they were doing anymore. And things were just different. So very, very, very few friendships that I maintained through all the way through and even after. And Spice was one of them. I would go up there, to visit her. She would come down and visit me. Yeah, and we just did it like that. But I started to notice, like, maybe 2 or 3 years after graduation, she just started to be different. Um, Lots of irritability. What I called at the time clinginess, right? People say, oh, my friends are too needy. I don't like needy friends. And I think that caused me to kind of push her away in some aspects. I'm gen- historically a person that has a difficult time with being super close and super vulnerable with people. So when people kind of push into my space, I like push away. And that's just where I was. Not to mention, life was just not super happy for me at that time. So I was dealing with my own stuff, and I used all those things, right? Her being needy, me, going through all the things that I was going through, having a baby, she didn't have a baby. And I used all that stuff to just say, like, oh, we have we're on two different paths or whatever. And it really just boils down to an excuse and my inability to recognize that she needed something from our friendship that I wasn't in a place, like an emotional place, to provide her. And fast forward to last year, she died of an opioid overdose. And it was, obviously really sad for her family and friends, but I kind of struggled with my feelings about it because I never got an opportunity to really just be honest. Not that I wanted or needed to repair the friendship, but just be honest that she needed something from me and I wasn't in a place to give her that. And yeah, so that was kind of hard. But I think what I pulled out of this story, and I guess what the point of sharing this story is to recognize how important, like, insight, right? Being able to, like, take the mirror and turn it in and, like, search. You know what I mean? For people who have gone through 12-step programs, they talk about like a fearless and searching moral inventory. So basically just being able to say, like, what's in here, what's going on with me that causes me to do the things that I do, feel the way that I feel, say the things that I say, behave the way that I behave, right? What are the root causes of that? And the more we focus on, kind of what other people are doing and what they're not doing, like me calling her needy, the less we're able to do that internal work and say, well, how am I showing up in these situations that might be influencing not just how I feel about them, but also other people's perception of me. So yeah, that's really the point of that. I just wanted to share that to say that, if I had that insight, and I was really aware of what was going on with me, I might have been able to be a better friend to her. And I don't know what that would or wouldn't have meant for her, but I do know that it probably would have changed the way that I felt about how things turned out. So keep doing if you haven't done it, if you don't do it, then start that fearless moral inventory. Don't be afraid to turn the lens in, and ask serious questions. It can really change the way you show up for yourself and also how you show up for other people. So with that being said, make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below. Don't forget to share, and let me know if you all have shared a similar experience, and yeah, just let me know what your thoughts are.